Welcome back to another video. It's Saturday. Should be at home relaxing, but you know I can't do that. It's just too much going on. Too much excitement with this bull run, beginning of the bull run, pre-bull run, pre-bull cycle. I don't know what you want to call them. I'm hearing so many things that I just can't keep up. First of all, before we go any further, if y'all can please just smash that like button. Subscribe if y'all haven't subscribed yet. You know, we got a lot going on. Even though right now, all these passive income projects, there really have been no movement really going on right now. So talking more about this, this big price jump that we've had in crypto this week. You had to have been in a cave down in the hole not to know what's going on right now. So we have a couple different things going on. First of all, just to show you that I have the worst luck in the world. And I've always said with these ADS-B projects and antennas and different things like that, height is might. And I think I might have bitten more than I can chew on this one. I'm scratching my head, and I have, one of my devices is 15 feet off the ground. I've been playing with the gain a little bit on this one, plus or minus in a little bit. That's why it's kind of reset. But 124 aircraft right now on this Wingbits device. Y'all know, y'all seen in the past where I was going almost to Atlanta, 250 miles easy. And this is kind of my better than average, about average results. This is a Saturday right now, 6 p.m. There's not as many flights in the air. Normally we'll see close to 180, 200. So I made a deal with a buddy of mine, and yeah, I owe him a lot for this one. And I know I'm gonna have to pay up. I was hoping it was gonna be worth it, but I moved my Wingbits antenna on his tower up to 400 feet. And I was so excited I couldn't wait to get back to my computer. I figured I would see 400 flights. And this is what I got. I really think what's going on with this is, and I've noticed this in my professional commercial grade radio systems that I have up there, when I put on my own tower and other towers, the higher you go, it's like a megaphone. Just like when you can go up further, you can see more, you can hear more, and these radios or these antennas can suck up more. I know on my UHF repeaters that I have for work and for amateur radio use, for emergency use and stuff, we had to add filtration and filters on there that we normally would not have to add because of the amount of noise that was in this area. And the only thing I can think and that I can hope is that's what this cause is. I've been playing with some gain numbers. That's why the blue lines keep resetting. I've tried lowering my gain, but when I lower the gain, the aircraft get way lower. It's just a game I'm playing right now. This is the fun of it, right? So now I owe my buddy, I don't even want to mention what I owe. And the results are poorer than when I had this same thing set up at 40 feet. You can look at this chart. You can see where this is where it was offline while they were moving it. And you can see my messages even went down. My aircraft scene, and I was at 140, 120 throughout the day. That went down. So I got some digging to do on this one. You know me, I want to be able to boast I got the best, and this is when I'm definitely, I play with my gains, raise it a little bit, and that did not help at all. That increased the noise and did not increase any aircraft at all. But my strong messages was not that high. If y'all familiar with all this stuff that I'm talking about, you're trying to keep your strong message around 5%. my strong messages were not getting that crazy out of hand. Like I didn't see like a 20% strong messages like I've seen in some other places, with some other devices. So I don't know where I'm at with that. Gotta do some digging. I'm gonna have to hit up some of my buddies on Discord and get their input on it and that kind of stuff like that. Goes to show you we don't know everything. I got very good feed line going up to 400 feet. There was an old antenna that he had that he was not using no more on a previous system. It's, you know, an 1 1/4 inch hard line going all the way up this tower. So, you know, we're not transmitting, we are receiving. So there is some loss, but it's nothing, you know, right before this was 40 feet of LMR 400. But I mean, that had some loss also, but it shouldn't be losing this much. So we had some good news with BHS. Y'all new to the channel, y'all know, I mean, y'all don't know, but I'm a big fan of BHS, BitHarvest Studio, where I can deal with multi-mining all from one dashboard. This is another one of my setups right here. So we'll check. Curious to see what that one's doing today on a Saturday. So this TAR 1090 screen has got 92. And again, this one has this further out blue line, which, you know, if these are 50 mile increments, 50, 100, 150, 200, you know, that's got to be 250 miles that this station's doing. So this station's got more closer, but this station is getting further range. So y'all explain that one. You know, and I'm going through my other stations, and I got this station right here that's doing not even 100, but yet it's got over 1,000 messages. It's enough to pull your hair out. So this has 115 aircraft with 545 messages, and these stations are about 15 miles apart. It's definitely enough to pull your hair out with. This is another one over 100, and it's got 1,000 stations. I'm gonna lose my mind on this. So yesterday, BitHarvest did come out and thank all the Pioneer early Luna onboarders that have, you know, the first 100 that came and got their firmware loaded on their devices, gave them opportunity to test it out and run it. And they will be announcing soon for the full version of this. And I'm looking forward to this. It'll be a lot easier. I will do a video on it, but it'll be a lot easier when I can just download this, onboard it with them so they know which device it is. And I already got 3 or 4 devices that I know I want to get done on this, and I will bring y'all along for the ride on that. And speaking of Wingbits, y'all know I'm still have to contact them and get narrowed down on the time now that I did my interview last week with Fluffy, and that was a little intimidating. I will say you'd never understand how much editing and that kind of stuff goes. And I didn't do that much editing, and it was still half a day on getting it edited and different things like that. But now that I kind of have that idea, what I know what I got to do, and picked up some good tips as far as even just camera placement, microphone placement, fiddling with stuff on my desk. It was a huge, I'm very glad that I got that done first with Fluffy, who's a good friend of mine. Y'all can watch that if y'all get a chance. He's got some different insights on how he feels about crypto right now and Bitcoin and different things like that. And it's interesting to get other people's advice. I'm doing my video I'm about to also do, since I'm trying to cut these videos down. I'm about to do one on just some different opinions on percentages of wallets and different things that I've kind of helped friends with. Remember, none of this is financial advice. This is just me blurbing as if y'all really want to listen to it. Blabbering on. So you know, one of my main fears with doing the AMA was Wingbits was that when people come across the AMA, I didn't want it to look all messed up and stuff like that, you know, and I don't like this whole green screen. Trust me, don't get me wrong, but it's been a battle trying to get my room at my house converted over to a YouTube type thing, at the same time trying to buy peripherals and stuff for my computer I'm building for that type of setup. I'm hoping to do some live videos and start streaming some live videos maybe in the evening, in between making YouTube videos, in between Call of Duty, in between work, in between family stuff and my daughter's softball games and doing stuff with my son, you know, in between all that. I'm hoping I can do some live videos. I've had a couple people ask if I would start doing those, but that I need a computer first. And if y'all have ever built a good gaming streaming computer, it's absolutely stupid what they want these days for motherboards, RAM, and everything else. So hopefully get that done. So I'm gonna start trying to dig into what's wrong with this, with this, you know, what's going on with this 400-foot antenna. You know, we're all flat ground out here. Everything here is around sea level, 0 to about 10 feet where I'm at above sea level. I think that's what, about 2 or 3 meters. I'm not familiar with meters, but for those who are watching from out the area, and you know, as you go further south, it gets even lower. You know, one positive thing I will say is this is the first station I have that picks up the number of ground aircraft at New Orleans International Airport. I noticed that's something Wingbits was very high on, was trying to get the ground information also. So I will say that is one positive thing. Look, this is an aircraft, a jet just taking off right now out of New Orleans. So, that's pretty cool. But anyway, so 75 feet off the ground, 125 feet off the ground. It's pretty interesting. But again, one thing I do like about this is at this new height is this is all swampland right here. Straight swamp. So there's nothing between this antenna. It can look down onto these runways. I think that's pretty cool. I know that's something that they were very interested in. So while I might not have the amount of aircraft I want, I'm definitely not getting the amount of messages I want when you think that that other one was getting close to the same aircraft and getting 9 times this many messages. It's something I got to figure out. But it's why we always scratching our head and why I'm bald. So we'll see how this goes. I'll dig into it some more and I'll keep you all abreast of it. But other than that, y'all have a good weekend. See y'all in the next video.